Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Glass of water, please.
Yes.
Not milk.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. We're gonna say something briefly about the nature of sacrifice. What is a sacrifice? What is really a sacrifice? Giving up something of yourself for the benefit of someone else. That something of yourself could be your life, could be your ability, could be your finances, could be your energy, your time, your knowledge, your life, the whole life. I mean, not just life to give life, to die for someone, but to give your whole life to someone. For example, we can say that mother sacrifices her life, or part of her life, for a child. She cannot say that she's sacrificing her whole life, because a child doesn't need a whole life. Hopefully, if we do it correctly, our child is only going to need 15, 16 years of our life. If we do it properly. If not, then yeah, could be whole lifetime, which is really bad. So giving up something of our own for the benefit of somebody else. So let's say if I give up my alcohol for you to be drunk, I'm sacrificing my property, I'm sacrificing my future investments in illusion in order to benefit you. Yeah, right? So materialists would say, but I sacrificed so much of my life, my money, and for you, for, you know, for this, for the corporation, for the for the government, for my home country. But that's not really a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice something of yourself, of something that belongs to you. Right? So I gave you my money, but that's not your money. Yes, it is. It's my money. Well, did you get to keep it? No. Well, it's not yours then. What is our own property? Our own property is something that nobody can take away from us. Something we get to keep. So that nobody can take it away from us. And what is that?
Our consciousness.
Our consciousness. And what else? What else do we have that nobody can take away from us?
Our free will.
Free will, okay. If it's free. And if it's really a will, if it's not just drooling, it's not really a free will, right? But our choice. Can we say that? Choice. Right? Choice. Can anybody take away your choice away from you? Really? Like, you have a choice of hitting the pedestrian or going into the abyss. I didn't have a choice, so I had to kill the pedestrian. You had a choice to kill yourself. Yeah, well, that's not really a choice. Yes, it is. You just don't want to see it as a choice, right? Because it's not favorable. What else? What else do we have? Plenty.
Focus.
No, that's choice. Focus is choice. Whatever you focus on, that Krishna is going to look at that as your choice. Because whatever you're focused on, that's something that attracts you. And whatever attracts you is your desire. So what do we have a lot?
But what if we are influenced by gunas? So
by choice.
Is it our?
Yeah, by choice. Influence is always by choice. You can choose influence. Let's say there's a sun outside and it's too hot. Well, go in the shade. make that choice. I don't want to. Well, that's also a choice. Huh?
But what if you are not conscious of it?
Of what?
Of that.
If you're not conscious enough, then you're not making choices anyway. See, that's the thing. Only conscious person is making choices. Unconscious person is not making any choices. He's the victim of the choices in the past. The choices have already been made. Now he's suffering for it or enjoying, in the good or bad karma. So a person who's conscious of their own choice, of their own freedom, relationship with God, and their own nature, they make choices. Other people don't make choices. It looks like they're making choices, but they're not. Just like, for example, the clock, my wall clock chose to point at 3 o'clock. No, it's not a choice, really. Right? But I moved it to 3 o'clock. Well, that's a choice. Dead matter, dead elements cannot make a choice. They are completely surrendered. And that's the difference between... That's why it's so hard to surrender to Krishna, because living beings don't just surrender. They make a choice to do that. They don't just go like entropy. The elements are surrendered to the entropy of material nature, which means all the complex systems are degrading into less complex systems, which means everything is going bad. Everything is falling apart. So what do we have? What else do we have that we can give? Time. Aren't we eternal? Is that the first property of the soul? That is eternal, so we have plenty of time. We have unlimited amount of time. And then when a person is thinking, oh, I'm eternal, I have so much time, I should give my time. This is what I have, and this is what I'm going to give up from myself to somebody else. So spending time with you, and if you enjoy that, I'm sacrificing my time for your pleasure. Now, if you ask me, but do you enjoy it? Well, not as much as you. I would probably do something else if you didn't ask me to sit here and talk to you. Well, we don't say it like that, right? We don't say it like that, but do we think it? Oh, I could have been doing something better, but I'm sitting now here with you. You better be grateful. So, time is something that... So, consciousness, time, choice, right? We got it. Now we have to sacrifice it. How do we sacrifice it? We give it to Krishna, to devotees, to the mission of our spiritual master. Krishna doesn't want our money. He's got all the money. Krishna doesn't want our expertise. He's got plenty of that. But what he doesn't have, I mean, he's got plenty of time, but he doesn't have our time. That's the thing. We don't want to give him our time. So I want to sit here and do something else. I want to watch this cloud change the shape. No, not you. Go away, Krishna and Radha and all the spiritual world. I want to see this cloud change. Ah, okay, it changed. No, oh, another cloud. No, I don't have time for you. And if I stop and give time to Krishna, what about my clouds? They're going to change without me looking at them. And Krishna says, yeah, that's very important. Krishna says, that's it would be stupid to give that up for me, for God. And so in order for us to feel normal, we have to be in the world. In the world, well, the main identity is I don't have time. Right? So I cannot give it to God. Well, how about he gives me, 500 extra years, like Gollum. Ooh, I have a ring now, I'm going to live a long time. So I can give a little bit of that time. Okay, Krishna, if you give me 500 years, I'll give you 30. No, 25. Just to be sure. 25 I can definitely. That doesn't sound very good, huh? So, what does Krishna want? My wife wants some of my time, some of my focus, some attention, consciousness. But Krishna wants all of it, and that's why we don't want to give it. He's crazy. He wants everything. He's not like, give me 50%, 55%, okay, 75%. No, he's like everything. Oh, come on. Everything. You know why? Because everything is mine. So how about you give me back what is mine? But you gave it to me, and so now I want to use it how I want to. Are you enjoying it? No. Can you help me? No. That's my time. Give it back to me. I don't want to. You're a mean God. And Krishna goes like, really? Mean gods don't play flute. Actually, the person that has the worst reputation is God. We just hate him and hate him and hate him, and he doesn't do anything the way we want. He's just useless. In the material world, of course. Really bad reputation. And we slander him and libel him. He did this to me and he did that to me. And Krishna is like, I was just playing flute. You did everything. What? Now you didn't want to give me your time, your energy, your focus, nothing. And now it's my fault. So when the rich person gets a lot of money, then they give all of it to Krishna? Do they? Do we? No. So that's the... I think we should we should be... meditate on that point, that Krishna wants it all. That's the point. That's the feeling we have to get, that I gave it all up for Krishna. And how do I know that? Well, a spiritual master and senior devotees can help you, better see yourself in that relationship. Did you really give up everything? Did you give everything you have? But ultimately, it is our own feeling. You see, it's something we should never take as a... It's not Guru Shastra Sadhu. Feel. What's a feeling? Where's that Guru Shastra Sadhu feeling? But ultimately, the feeling will tell us. What's the feeling? What's the feeling? The feeling of fulfillment, peace. Those two, that's enough. If you just have peace, that's already you're probably doing something good, because there's no way that without doing the things the right way, the way Krishna wants to, there's no way you can achieve peace. You'll get money, you'll get women, men, you'll get lots of friends, you'll get fame, you'll get skills, you'll get wow, but you will not have peace. And why do people do what they do? For peace. When I pay my rent, then I'm at peace. When I pay off my credit, then I'm finally peaceful. When I fix my car, then when I satisfy my wife, then I'll be at peace. Right? Because people want to do things so that they're left alone in peace, to enjoy their time. It's my time. I only have a little bit of it and it's shrinking. And just let me enjoy in peace, woman. Just shut up. Let me enjoy in peace, right? That's what we want. And women also want the children to shut up and just leave me in peace. And in the end, there's no peace. We're just in pieces. Trying to find peace, we end up in pieces. Blown up, torn apart. Especially our hearts. Oh, look at that. How am I going to put it together now? So the main reason for suffering is theft, thievery. We're stealing something that doesn't belong to us. And what doesn't belong to us is God. God doesn't belong to us. And time is God. Time I am, destroyer of all, right? Krishna says, Krishna identifies with time. So when we say, I don't have time to give to God, it's like saying, I don't have God to give to God. Another meditation. But I don't have time. That's the only thing you have. That's the only thing you have. I can't focus right now. That's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you're doing. You're focusing over time. That's all we're doing. We're focusing and giving time to that focus. And that focus becomes manifested reality. That's how it works. And what we are not aware of, that's the only thing that we are not giving to Krishna. How much focus during chanting? 16 rounds? Every bead? What's stopping us from giving all our time or all our focus?
Our desires. Our desires.
Our desires.
To enjoy.
Yes, it is. That's not untrue. What is stopping us from completely giving ourselves to Krishna? I mean, you can akama sarvakama va, right? You can have all the desires and still serve Krishna. I mean, can you worship the deities and think about sex at the same time? Can you, theoretically? Oh yeah. And we do. I'm just giving up like the most vulgar and extreme example, but that's what we do. I mean, devotees cook for Krishna. They're thinking about their future wife or husband or some devotee, they want to enjoy. So, what is stopping us from surrendering to Krishna?
Our own pleasures?
Our
own...
We don't have them. That's the thing. We don't have any pleasures. We don't enjoy in this world. We still don't want to surrender to Krishna. I mean, we try to enjoy, but we don't.
How to say požuda?
Lust. Yeah, that's what she said. Desire separate from Krishna. Desire to enjoy. But how did that come to be?
From idea that we could enjoy separate. Our desire. Again.
That idea brought us to material world. But most of the souls come back right away. After one life of Brahma, they go back. So it's not it. Why don't we give Krishna our time? It's very simple.
Because we think that time is our own.
And how much of it do we have it? Very little. So that's... If God exists, He gave me only this much. And out of this much, I need this much for myself, this much for my family, and then this much for my friends, and then this much just in case. And then God, you just didn't give me enough. I want to give you, but I have to go to bed, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that, because I don't have time. So that's the illusion. Because you didn't give me, I'm not going to give you. In illusion, we are envious of God. We don't even understand that we think that we didn't give enough. We haven't been given enough, and that's why I cannot give enough in return. So I am poor. And who made me poor? God. And that's why some people want to say, Daridra Narayana. God is also poor. So when we believe we don't have enough time, we don't have enough energy to focus, that means God didn't give me enough. So because God didn't give me, I'm not going to give. If we think, oh, God gave me unlimited, what else am I going to do but give unlimited? Let's say that some corporation keeps pouring money on your head, like buckets of money on your head. And they say, if that money reaches your chin, you're going to lose everything. So what are you going to do? Keep giving away. So that money never comes here, because you want to keep at least this much money, and in order to do that, you have to just give it away. Take it. You already took. Take some more. Please take some more. Please take some more. Huh?
Take it all.
Take it all. Yeah, please, because I'm getting more buckets, more buckets, more buckets. So, well, I took all of your money away. What's going to happen to you now? Oh, don't worry. A bucket is coming. There you go. This is how self-realized soul feels like. I have too much time, I have too much energy, I have too much bliss, I have too much knowledge, this is not good for one person. I have to distribute this. I have to like give it away. I have to get nothing for it, and possibly nothing for it, because unlimited time, unlimited knowledge and communication with God. Am I going to start charging for that? Where am I going to put all this money? See, that's how a person feels. A person feels in opulence. How do you call that? Saturated. There's other words also. Saturated with opulence. And what does God means? Bhagavan, right? The source of all opulences. So when you're in contact with God, that's the only reaction that is justified. Like you have a headache from all the opulence and getting from God. You know, I'm getting so much, this is too much. People here, take it, please. So do we feel like that? We don't feel like that. Why don't we feel like that? How do I tap into that feeling that I am completely drenched in opulence? I'll step into the opulence. That's the thing. You can try to fake it, but if you don't feel that you're in opulence, you're going to feel that you're in poverty, that you don't have enough, and you're going to measure. You're going to calculate. You're going to measure towards your guru, offense. You're going to measure towards your mentors, offense. You're going to measure towards your seniors, offense. You're going to measure towards God. Well, he doesn't take it as offense, but it is basically, offensive. What's the difference between offense and a sin? We have to differentiate those. It's a big difference. It's like offense is like driving without a seatbelt. You pay a little fine, keep moving. Now the crime is like when you kill someone with the car, right? Then they take away your freedom, your car, make you pay, go to the court, horrible things. So that's the difference between offense. So we shouldn't be afraid so much of the offense, we should be afraid of the sin. And we have to differentiate, because offenses we do all the time. They're not okay. Offense, it's not okay to pay because you didn't drive with the seatbelt. It's not okay to drive without the seatbelt or without the headlights or something like that. And police should stop you for the sake of others. Sometimes they might just warn you, like this is a warning. If you didn't do anything for a year, they're gonna just give you a warning. It's not like a big deal. It's up to them, but most of the time, if you didn't do anything for a year, they say, okay, we'll let you go, but be careful now. So Krishna is okay. I mean, he forgives offenses. Like, yeah, I understand. We accidentally touch our face, our lips while doing something, or not being careful during the chanting, or criticizing devotees or something like that. It's not very auspicious. But then we say, I shouldn't do this. That's offense. Like, how do we call that in law? There's prekršaj, mi imamo prekršaj i prekršaj se zove like traffic fine, traffic violation. Traffic violation. That's like offense, but it's fine, go. So otherwise we would be stopped completely in our tracks. Krishna wouldn't allow us to keep. But if we think it's okay to do offenses, then police is gonna step in and say, no. You did this 3 times today. Get out. Right? Krishna might do that. You did 3,000 times already this month, and you go like, okay, get out. And then something on your head, a disease or something happens. But sin is actually believing that wrongdoing is actually good. And not believing that wrongdoing is bad. Not believing that wrongdoing is bad. That's a sin. It's not just wrong, it's really wrong. Like, what would be a sinful action? This is a sinful mentality. Sinful action would be, let's say you make money, let's say 3,000 euros this month, and then you take that money and just toss it in a river. It's so much energy. Somebody else could be fed. Something else could be built. You know, donations for devotees, whatever. And you just toss it away for nothing. Then we in Croatia we say, oh, it's a grijeh. You know, in Balkans we say, oh, to je grijeh. Don't do that. It's a sin. Really, like sinful. Sinful means really bad. Like bad for everyone. And a lot of times devotees, they give up devotional service because they are fed up with their offenses. But they didn't notice their sins. Their sins is to be fed up with their offenses. And leave. That's a sin. Leave the Krishna's shelter. That's like the biggest mistake we can do. We can be sinful and offensive, like every second. But if we stay with devotees, if we hold on to the service and just, with teeth, I don't care, I'll stay here. I'll smoke, I'll drink, I'll stay here with devotees and Krishna. Krishna loves that. Okay. He loves that devotee more than some initiated brahmana who is focusing on making money, making fame for himself. Krishna is looking, is that what are you giving? That's easy to give. You think you have plenty of that. Let me see something that you always miss, like your time. How about you give me that? Oh, well, how much time? All of your time. Oh, Krishna, I knew it. You're insane. I knew you were insane. The moment I saw your blue skin, I knew there was something wrong with you. Let me see what Christian God... He doesn't ask for everything. It's just, Sundays, a little bit here, a little bit there, and be good to your neighbor, and that's it. Yeah. So let's try that. Let's see. Time. If I can give you my focus, I can give you my time, right? If I don't have time to give you, I'll give you my focus. We can balance it like that. Let's say we only have this hour and a half, 2 hours to chant our rounds. We won't have an opportunity during the day anymore. So we go like, okay, I won't be able to repeat this, so let me be concentrated. I'm going to make only one preparation for the feast. Let's say we have a big festival, big feast, and you're going to just make rice. We'll make it really good, right? You're going to, okay, I'm going to put this spice and then this oil and then a little bit of this and then a little of that decoration. And it's just going to be wonderful. And then Krishna's going to go like, okay, you didn't give me time. You didn't cook this rice for 7 days. Something like that. But you prepared it in 20 minutes, but you gave it all 20 minutes. Everything in those 20 minutes was me. So little by little, like segment by segment, we offer to Krishna and said, this activity, I'm just going to be like giving to you. So what does it mean to give focus to Krishna? We can imagine that we are doing it for like somebody, like a lover, somebody who's going to really appreciate it, and we really want to see the expression on the face. So we're already smiling while we're doing it. Like, oh, he's gonna love it. He's going to enjoy it so much. He's gonna say, my wife, you're just amazing, and I'm gonna marry you again and again and again, life after life. And already while doing that, we're in ecstasy, right? There's no need for reward. The reward is already there because you know the mentality of your loved one, and you go like, oh, he's gonna enjoy this. I'm thinking now, when I come home, my wife loves massage. I mean, I don't know a woman that doesn't love massage. You're just like addicted to it and not ashamed of it at all. And so I know, I'm going to satisfy her like completely. And my focus is completely on it. She can feel that when I'm there, like touching each muscle and So I'm planning on giving my whole focus, not the whole day. I'm not going to massage her for hours and hours. No. But what I do in those 10, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, is going to be fully dedicated. She's going to feel it and she's going to love it. She's not going to look for another guy to massage her. She's not gonna risk it. You see, that's the thing. Is anybody gonna give me this much attention? So I'm staying here. That's how we get attached. You know, this person is giving me quality attention. Or he's not so much quality, but he's giving me all the time. Like when mother is raising their children, she doesn't give full attention all the time, but she gives full time. Full attention. I mean, who can give that the whole time? Unless if you just crack after a while. Okay, I need some time to be spaced out, right? I want to just think about anything that comes to my mind. Because that's easier? No, that's not easier, but we're used to that. So yeah, let's think of that. Focus, time. How much of it can I give at this moment? And why not more? And the answer is because Krishna doesn't deserve it. That's the only answer. Why not? He doesn't deserve it. Can we say it out loud? Krishna, you don't really deserve my time and focus. I'll rather give it to me. Immediately, like disease in the heart, immediately like cancer starts eating away at you. And when you say it out loud, then you feel disgust towards it. That's very good. That's how you advance. Yeah. How come we don't have so much attraction for Krishna? Because you have so much attraction for this sewage. You know? Say it out loud. Krishna, I like my sewage better than you. But that's true. And it's horrible. No. And then the change starts inside. When your whole being inside is against that thought. That was inside all the time, but nobody said anything against it. Because everybody was quiet. How about you say it out loud? You know, when we go in morning program, you know, getting up early. Are we going to worship Krishna again? No, I can say it out loud. We used to say that in the ashram, just kind of as a joke, but also as a mental fart. You know, let it go out so that everybody can see and they kind of laugh at it. Yeah, again, we're going to worship God. Can you believe this? Oh my God, are we crazy? You know, like joking, but then you realize, but that's how we feel really. How long is this going to go on? Where's the ecstasy? Come on, man. Give me something to enjoy. Because I'm the center of earth. And then you realize, yeah, I want to be God. That's why I'm here. I want to enjoy all the time. Yes, well, thank you very much for your attention, your time, and your focus. Is there any question? Are there any questions, maybe? Yes, okay. So you have one or two, okay.
How to find the balance? We have to be responsible for our friends and family. If we give all the time to God, Krishna.
If we give all the time to Krishna, then Krishna is going to arrange that all of our material life and relationship just fall apart and become miserable. Is that true? Is that true? What do you think?
I don't think so.
Then do you have an answer? What happens then to our relationships if we give all the time to Krishna? The bad ones go away, the good ones become better. Remember that. Krishna is going to take over everything. He says, I give you what you lack. I maintain what you need. And I take away what you really don't need. So he's going to take away those pesky family members that just exploit us and not give anything in return. We don't need them. We don't need anybody in this world. Let's be clear with that. We don't need anybody. I don't need you. You don't need her. She doesn't need you. We don't need anybody in this world. Nobody needs us. There's a replacement for every one of us. There's a nice replacement. Better replacement. I'll get a girl that is even thinner and has blue eyes. What are you going to say then? Blonde hair? You're just going to go like, meh, and leave. So we all replaceable. So family members don't need us, really. If we dedicate our full time to Krishna, then we don't have any obligation for anybody else. We don't. We're going to have, anyway, if you have a child, you're going to take care of your child, right? So how are you going to give your Krishna, full time to Krishna, and then enough time for your child? Well, what does Krishna want from us? To massage his feet? No, that position is already taken. To cook for him? God forbid. That position is taken by many. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not going to do that in the spiritual world, but I mean, what do we really think that Krishna needs from us? What does it mean to serve Krishna? To serve anyone? To do what that person wants, when that person wants it, and how that person wants it. That means to serve. Nothing else. If I tell you bring me a cup of water and you bring me a cup of tea, you did not serve me, you served yourself. And then as a guru, I would say, now you drink it, because this is yours. You brought it to yourself. Once you drink it, go wash your mouth and then bring something from me. That'd be the last mistake that disciple made in front of the guru. But that's how it works. It's not offensive. It's not aggressive at all. It's just true. You did this for yourself. You just didn't notice it. But now I'm telling you, I'm not angry at you. I'm just telling you. And then you go like, I wish you were angry and swearing at me and cussing at me and just kicking me away because this is worse. And it is, spiritual master just tells you in a way that crushes your ego. And that's the only way that we can advance. If spiritual master is, if our guru or mentor is just like, oh, you're wonderful, yeah, that's great, that's it, wonderful, just, that's it, no problem. It's the worst kind of comment we can get. So does Krishna want you to give birth to a child and to take care of it? Yes. So if he wants that from you, then that's serving Krishna. So how to serve Krishna and serve your children? Just serve your children the way Krishna wants, and you're serving him, and that's it. You give your full time and focus to your children, that's like serving God. Once they don't need that much focus and time, then you go like, okay, you don't need this much, I'm not going to give you. I'm going to give it to God. It's like a new mother, you're nowhere. Ask Alenka. She was barely present at any bhajan, any lecture. And little Vikas wants to cry, she has to go out and be with him and not be with us, and that's serving Krishna. But now when he's a little older, he'll be playing outside with other children, and she'll be here, learning kartals, mridanga, playing, getting engaged, and that's how it works, really. Vedic culture, very, very simple. You do your duties. That's for Krishna. And then if you have a higher consciousness, then you won't do anything but your duties. If you don't have higher consciousness, then you do your duties so you can go enjoy. And then you're making a balance. Let's say 50-50. We're awake for 16 hours, so 8 hours for Krishna, 8 hours for material energy. Just about, right? We shouldn't be working 8 hours, but let's say 4 or 5 hours we work for maintenance of the family. And then the rest, 11 hours for Krishna. And then we can sleep the rest of the night. And we go like, you know what, Krishna, I actually don't want to do that. So how about that? Why don't we do it? Because we don't want to. We don't want to. Krishna, I'm not going to give you my full love today. Why? Because I don't want to. How does that sound? Horrible, right? Suicidal. Like I want to kill myself right away. Not really, but it's really, cold, makes my heart cold, like I don't have a soul when I say that. I don't want to, but that's the truth. So if we are aware of the truth, then we can make it into a lie. We can actually make it sound like it's not true. Krishna, I don't want to serve you and I don't want to chant your holy names. Oh boy, did that sound horrible. That means it's not true. That means it's not true. I don't really believe in that. So repeat it a few times and you'll see how repulsive it's going to become. Like a mother thinking of hurting her own child. Oh my God. I'm good. You're a mother. You're a mother. No? But are you going to hurt your child? Oh yeah. But it's repulsive beyond any means. Good. Now you're a good mother. Okay. Anything else? I have to actually leave in a few minutes. So. No more questions? You do?
No, but if you have to...
No, go ahead. One more question.
No, my question is that ever since we came here, we've been doing a lot of service, but it has been difficult to do more reading.
More reading?
Yeah. during the day. It's like almost impossible.
Because there's no time, or it's hard?
Because there is no time, and also because of tiredness. So how can we balance up so that we have a good sadhana?
How do we get more reading, better sadhana when there's so much service? That's always a question in the temple. And the answer is, make sure you do. Nobody's going to help you. The business of a temple president is to engage you in service full time. He doesn't care for your rounds. He doesn't care for your reading. I mean, he cares. But, not immediately. That's something your bhakta leader is going to take care of. Like, did you read today? Did you chant today? He's going to see you. He's going to be with you on Mangalarati when you live in the ashram. She's going to see you, or he's going to see you. He's going to see that you're sleepy, that you didn't chant very well. He's going to ask you, did you sleep well? Are you sick? Do you need anything? Temple president, he cannot ask you those questions, because what is he going to do? He cannot take care of you personally. So he's going to go like, well, you have to do service. That's the most important thing to me, that you're engaged in devotional service. And of course, doing your sadhana. But so now he's going to push for service, and you have to push for sadhana. So that's the thing. Now, if you're tired, I'm not very fond of reading. Can you believe it? I mean, I read all Prabhupada's books several times, but I'm not fond of reading. I fall asleep really quickly. It takes me long to concentrate. So I listen. I found my solution. I listen. And then I listen to the same lecture a few times. And boy, do I remember. Okay, so that's my solution. But if you're attached to reading, if you really, really love reading, then we had in the temple, then we read in a certain, somebody's, shaving, another devotee is reading, and the doors are open and everybody can hear. It's the same thing. You hear it, because you can be equally inattentive while reading and while hearing. It's the same thing. If you're inattentive, you don't hear. So listening to the lectures, I listened. I listened. That's my main sadhana. Since before I was initiated, I realized that I'm not going to make it if I'm going to depend on my own reading, my own chanting. I'm not going to make it here. I mean, I don't know, but devotees say if you don't do it well, you're just going to leave after a while. You're not going to find any pleasure in it. And so I said, that's not going to happen. I love philosophy, but when I'm reading it, I'm in tamagun. My mind wants to fall asleep. Not always. I mean, a lot of times I can just read for 3 hours. It's just beautiful. But I developed that habit that I listen instead. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a struggle. You have to say, I can work until this time, and then I have to. If you surrender yourself to service, don't expect anything else but service.
But reading is also service.
Exactly, because the reading is also service. Digging in the dirt is also service. So as a temple president, I'm going to choose digging in the dirt, because that's what we all need. We need to eat. We need to live. And your reading, that's something that's between you. Didn't promise me that. You promised that to your guru. Reading, chanting. So, ask your guru, what should I do? I don't have enough time. Well, make time. What do you mean? Is temple president forbidding you to read? No. So it's up to you, your management. So you have to involve your intelligence. I mean, we can talk about it in a practical way, but it's really up to you. If temple president says, no, you're not going to read, go and dig in the dirt, then you say, well, that's not good for us, for anyone. I have to chant, I have to read. Otherwise, I'm not going to be doing this for a very long time. I'm going to leave, or do it for myself, or do it for somebody else. It's very important, yes. And if you feel inspired, you can listen to the lecture and do service at the same time. And then later on, you can just go rest without any guilt or anything like that. That's how I solve my issues. When I would hit the bed or anything flat, I would fall asleep right away. That's how I was like that for many years until I got married. Then that traveling and getting up early was diminished. Okay, Bhakti. Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure. At the same time, it's service. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks when Saranga and Ati come back.